All right, traders, the green streak lives on. This was my most successful trading day of the week. I ended up making 7 trades, 1 small loss, 6 wins, ended up making over $6,000 in profits. Within this video analysis, I'm going to be recapping the overall trades that were used with the unique price action trading strategies that we were using to consistently profit within the overall stock market. If you watched my video yesterday till the end, you should have had a phenomenal green day because I explained to you how to profit from our pattern and expectations of the SPY having a bullish day, which is what ended up happening today. With that being said, I'm going to show you how the moderators and I were able to absolutely crush it today. As you can see, in terms of our polls, man, we had a flawless week. Nobody is going red on the team. Today was our best day. We had 53 people green, not one person red. It was a flawless week. Every single day was green. The analysis was on point. You should have made easily more than $500-600 on the week. With that being said, I will continue to prepare you to trade the best setups at the best prices. That video will be dropping on Sunday. But right now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recapping the trades and teaching you the trading strategies. So in terms of our key levels, which is where I post my analysis, I ended up staying right here last night that based off of the daily chart pattern, we are supposed to have a bullish day. So if SPY dips to a key support level, that's where we're going to be interested in buying calls and it will likely recover, right? So I'll be looking for 30-minute confirmations at key levels in terms of the key levels that we have right here to be taking advantage of the bullish trend. And that's exactly what we ended up doing. So our first oversold level was $444. As you can see right here, that's where we're interested in buying calls. Now, unfortunately, this level only hit in the pre-market, but it just goes to show you using the analysis on how spot on we are, because if you look at the pre-market lows, as you can see right here, it literally bottomed at our exact key level at $444. If you watched our video yesterday, I explained to you on why I was expecting SPY to have a bullish day, and it was because of this overall pattern. The SPY was selling off for multiple days. And then I told you, when SPY is selling off for multiple days, when it forms this green bullish candlestick right here, if you study the past, it tends to go up the next day. So if you compare this bullish daily candlestick right here to this bullish daily candlestick right here, you can see it looks like the same exact candlestick. And what did it do the next day? It ended up spiking higher the next day, then it sold off. But there's just several case scenarios. If you use this candlestick, when SPY was dropping, it tends to have a bullish day. This is another example right here. Same type of green candlestick, same type of green candlestick, and then the next day it has a very bullish day, and then the next day it has a very bullish day, which is why I brought awareness to that daily chart pattern, because if that history is showing signs of repeating itself, you're going to want to be taking advantage of trading the trend and buying call options. And that green bullish daily reversal candlestick was actually located at previous resistance. As you know, this was previous resistance at $444, right? So if this level is going to react as a support level, SPY had a massive breakout. If it drops back down, reacts as a support level, they're going to start to turn that into a new floor, and it's going to start to bottom and have a bullish reversal, because that's what happens when the SPY has a massive breakout above a resistance and then it drops back down on the daily chart and then it forms a green bullish candlestick on the daily chart. It tends to spike the next day, which is why I also told my team, if they wanted to, I said, yesterday, you can swing trade calls if you want to. One of the lead moderators, Dimitri, ended up swing trading those calls. He made a very, very nice profit. He's up over 5 figures on the day with multiple successful day trades, right? So I did mention within the chat that if you wanted to swing trade calls on Thursday, there was bullish confirmation. You can do that. I alerted that in real time. The analysis was on point. Every single thing that I said today was on point. I told my team exactly where the price was headed. Very, very early in the morning, I told them that we are heading to $446. I literally said it right here at 8:30 a.m. We're going to close the gap at $446. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get in at the best level. So what I ended up doing was I ended up trading good setups that weren't at my best levels. So in that situation, I will typically size down in size. I like to use the best setups at the best prices. But in terms of today, what I value and consider to be the best prices, none of them triggered. So I just ended up trading setups that I consider not to be the best, but good setups using the 30-minute confirmations and patterns that I teach. So with the expectation of it having a bullish day, this was basically the first overall trade that was made on the day. So once I noticed that the SPY was ripping off the previous closing price and it was bottoming at our key level 444, I said this is bullish. And as you can see right here, when the SPY broke above this resistance level on a bullish day, how do I tell you guys to profit off a bullish day? I tell you to wait for a resistance level to break out. So the SPY broke above a resistance level right here. It had a nice breakout. So when it drops back down to the previous resistance level, which is the high of this wick right here where the breakout was triggered, where the bears got trapped in the morning, you're going to want to buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. That is how you take advantage of a bullish trend day. So SPY's bottoming at our key support level in the pre-market. That bullish daily pattern is beginning to work. It's starting to rocket up to fill the gap. The SPY had a gap, as you can see right here. There was a gap that was waiting to fill on the SPY, right? So it bottomed at 444 key support, like we mentioned, and it was beginning to fill the gap at 446.20. So with all of that in mind, of that bullish pattern repeating itself that I brought awareness to in the video, this is how I kept taking advantage of buying calls. I told myself, okay, SPY just broke above resistance and it just bounced at previous resistance. That means that previous resistance is reacting as support, which is a bullish trend day. So it's going to keep on pushing higher. So when I noticed that, this was the nice trade that I hit on calls. This is the one that put me on the map in terms of starting the day. When the SPY broke above this resistance, you see all the resistance right here, right? When it broke above this resistance level, I ended up buying the dip right here. I alerted it at the exact low when this pin ended up forming, because previous resistance right here is supposed to react as the new floor, as the new support level since the SPY had a breakout. The same way when it broke above this resistance level right here, right? And then it drops back down, it's supposed to turn that into the new floor. So when I'm looking at these pins that are forming on the 1 minute candle, right? So look at this, man. Look at this red pin right here, and then look at this red pin right here. Both of those pins on the 1 minute candle are aligned with where the SPY is supposed to bottom, which is when it breaks above a resistance level and it drops back down to that previous resistance. That's where it's supposed to bottom and react to support, right? So that's how you take advantage of a bullish trend day, which was the same strategy that we used to profit on yesterday's trend day, right? So that's how I was able to take advantage and profit on call options in the morning, right? So that daily chart had a big influence on my overall direction, and I was able to confirm that it's bullish because I understood SPY's going to start to fill the gap at 446. It is bottoming at strong key support in the pre-market, right? So you can just, visually see it is bottoming at strong pre-market support at 444. It's rocketing up. It's turning key resistance levels right around here into support. It's going super bullish. If you look at the 30-minute chart, I talk about this all the time, how when SPY forms these green pin candlesticks, what does it like to do? It likes to spike back up. You can visually see SPY has some resistance. Look at the resistance at 440.70. It's breaking above the resistance and it's forming these green bullish pins. That means it's going to start to spike back up and go super bullish. That's why at 8:30 a.m. I was telling my team it's going to explode up and fill the gap, because it bottomed at our key support level to buy calls at 444. And then the trend shifted and became bullish. So you can see right here, this is support. The SPY cracked the support, right? So when that support level cracks, if it reacts as a resistance, that's bearish. But you can see this support level right here had a breakout, and they turned that into the floor. The bottom of these 30-minute candlesticks are now at the bottom of this previous 30-minute candle. It's no longer a roof, and it's forming these 30-minute wicks, which means the SPY is going to start to spike up, which is why I was so bullish on the SPY, along with my daily confirmation pattern. So that is how, in a sense, how I was able to confirm that that daily pattern that I brought awareness to was bullish. It was all based off the pre-market. And when I noticed that history is repeating itself, it's starting to go bullish, it's starting to explode at the gap, I said, okay, I need to take advantage of what I know. So on a bullish trend day, what I do is I just wait for the SPY to break above a resistance level. You see all the resistance here in the pre-market at 445.30. I wait for it to break out. I miss out on the breakout. It could be a fake out. When it has a nice breakout, I wait for it to drop back down to that previous resistance, to that previous resistance, to that previous resistance that we pointed out, right? And then that's where I start buying. And I keep on doing it, but I don't keep on chasing it. I do it like 2 times usually. I usually just do it twice, 3 times at the max. It depends on how oversold the price is, but that's how I take advantage on bullish trend days. Now, what were some other 30-minute patterns that I took advantage? Because like I told you, I made 7 trades today. So in terms of the other 30-minute patterns that I ended up taking advantage of, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how I was able to use the 30-minute chart to continue to profit later on throughout the day. So these were the patterns. You can see right here, SPY has this green bullish candlestick, right? So just visually look, SPY has this green bullish candlestick right here. SPY has this green bullish candlestick right here. What happens after that? After that, the SPY has a small spike on the 30-minute chart. It goes a little bit above that previous 30-minute high, and then it sells off. And then you can see right here. After that, it has a small spike above the 30-minute, and then it closes off and it goes bearish, right? So do you see how that pattern is repeating itself for an hour straight? So what happens after that? After that, the SPY cracks below the previous 30-minute low. You see how it cracks below the previous 30-minute low, and then it goes super bullish. So with that 30-minute pattern repeated itself for an hour straight, and me also knowing that today's likely going to be a bullish day and it's already confirmed and repeating itself, I told myself when the 30-minute candle opens up and the SPY goes under this red candle, history is likely going to repeat itself like it did right here, and it's probably going to spike. So what I'm telling you was when that 30-minute support was cracking at 445.90, I was buying calls with the anticipation that those 446 calls were going to go back in the money and the next 30-minute candlestick was going to go super bullish. And it worked out 100% spot on to the T, also knowing that it's supposed to be a bullish trend day and there's a lot of key support where the bears just got trapped at 445.75. So that pattern repeated itself to an exact T. And the question is, did you see that? Don't you see what I'm doing? I'm looking for patterns to repeat itself. I'm identifying patterns using the 30-minute chart. I'll go back usually to the 10-day 30-minute chart, 20-day 30-minute chart, and I'm looking for some sort of patterns that are repeating itself. It is my job to capture those patterns and trends and turn that into profits. And that is exactly what I did. You could just visually see green, red, green, green, red, green. And right here, the red candle in the middle, it spiked a little bit above the previous 30-minute, and then it sold off red. Right here, the red candle in the middle spiked a little bit above the previous 30-minute, and then it sold off red. And then right here on the third green candle, it dropped a little bit under the red candle, and then it went super bullish. And then you can see right here, it dropped a little bit under the red candle, and then it went super bullish. That pattern repeated itself for an hour and 30 minutes straight, right? So that's how I was able to take advantage of that opportunity. And it doesn't stop right there because I use that same similar pattern again on calls. So I noticed that pattern was repeating itself. So this is what I did after that. I said, okay, if you look at this candlestick right here, this 30-minute red candlestick, right? So I want you to look at this 30-minute red bearish candlestick, and then I want you to look at this 30-minute red bearish candlestick. See how they're identical? What did SPY do after that? After that, it went under the red bearish 30-minute candlestick, and then it flipped super bullish and closed green. So when the SPY went under this red 30-minute bearish candlestick and it was looking bearish, I started buying my call options, and then it went super bullish and I sold into the rip. Do you see how I'm capturing those trends? And that was all based off of yesterday, and I was very confident to buy calls because I've identified that a daily chart pattern was repeating itself where SPY was supposed to go bullish and where SPY was going to start to close and fill that gap right here at $446. So that's my overall trade recap. That's my overall analysis. That's how I was able to profit calls. And then in terms of other plays, this was a nice little obvious play right here. Take a look at this one. Did you see this one? We had Rick, one of the traders within Trader Society. He learned that he was super bullish. I ended up playing calls 3 times due to this reason. I took advantage of calls 3 times on the dips due to this reason. Did you see this pattern? This is another pattern that we captured. So take a look at this. You have 1 green candle on the 30-minute, and then you have 3 slanted red candles. So take a look. You have 1 green minute on the 30-minute candle, and then you have 3 slanted red candles. What happens after that third red candle closes? You can see right here, when that third red candle closes, what does the SPY do? It goes a little bit under the red, and then it goes super bullish. And then you could see the same thing almost happened. It didn't go under the red. It bottomed at the wick, but then it went super bullish. And I noticed that pattern and I kept buying calls on the dip. Every single time SPY was going under 445, I was buying calls at key support and I was selling them at and in the money. I learned that trade 3 times. It kept on dropping. And I told myself the 30 minutes going to go bullish. So every single time these 445 calls were going out of the money, I was looking at the key support levels to be buying, and the 30-minute chart is going to tell me where to buy them along with the 1-minute chart, and I kept on buying them. I bought them 3 times out of the money, and I sold them 3 times literally at the money. Just off that 3 trades alone, within one 30-minute candle, I was able to pull in over $1,500 in profits. So those are the trends. Those are the patterns. Now, with that being said, did you take advantage? Did you take advantage of those opportunities? Did you see those opportunities in real time? Because within our Discord server, within our team, within our private organization of Trader Society, we took advantage of every single opportunity that I mentioned, and we absolutely crushed it. If you were on the SPY floor, you would have witnessed the lead traders, the lead moderators taking money out of the market, alerting all of their trades in real time. It was a flawless day for the team. Everyone did phenomenal, and it was truly an amazing day. So I'm going to leave it off at that. If you want to join Trader Society and get instant lifetime access for a one-time fee, this is the best investment you can make for your trading career. It's going to be the first link down below in the description. You can use some of this time for your weekend to get started and train, to watch the video lesson library, to learn the unique price action trading strategies that I've created, to learn risk management, to learn psychology, to surround yourself with the right network and with the right group, right? And you can also start trading with us beginning Monday. So if you want to join right now, it's the best time to join. It is the first link down below in the description. With that being said, I will be in the chat from here and we are signing off. The next video is likely going to be posted on Sunday.